Hey, good evening, everyone from the USA, all over the world, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens, plus Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad. Actually, the misunderstood Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, the unstoppable independent podcaster and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now tuning in and listening and rocking with the 123rd episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. That's right. One to the two to the three. We got a jam-packing show for you today, folks. Listen, um, we are live and direct from YouTube, StreamYard, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications on the group on Instagram, of course, which is Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. And feel free to comment on the topics of what you thought about the topics and stuff like that and what was being discussed. So there you go. And speaking of which, speaking of notifications, be sure you tap on the notification bell and grab the subscribe button so you can be reminded of when the show goes on the air via live stream, upcoming episodes, more video content, previous episodes. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, with the topics and the episodes that was discussed. Also, download your favorite episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, and I will fill you guys in on the audio streaming platforms on the go at the end of the show. Right. All right. Now um we're gonna go into my favorite um segment right here called mental health check-in. Yes, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually. And of course, this segment is about your well-being and what you're feeling on the inside and what matters to you. Um Now for me, um yes, so yes, I was still a little upset with the whole thing with the baseball cancellation. I'm gonna get into that probably not this Sunday coming up, but probably next Sunday. Until I hear any new developments and stuff. So there you go right there. Now the the good way to end the week for me is getting a raise. I was not expecting that, man. I was not even expecting that when I was at work yesterday, man. I was like, wow. And I didn't even ask. I just went with the flow, man. That's what it is. Cause cause sometimes um even though I don't work every day, look, I look at it like this. I look at it as an opportunity and I look at it from an analogy in baseball, right? You have your everyday players, right? But you also have your backup players, your rookie players and stuff like that, right? You also want to give you also want to give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to wear out your everyday players and then next thing you know, they might not be available. So it's kind of like that with the Big Lots supermarket job that I have. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm actually I'm actually I'm actually pretty happy, man. That I'm able to do what I can do what I can to help out with certain messes some idiot spilled coffee by the beverage section, so I managed to actually go there to actually get a mop, clean up a bit, and then get some paper towels and stuff. So I didn't really have time to get the powder and shit. So you know what I mean. So so yeah, that's pretty much about what my story is for this week, man. Um, other than the disappointment in baseball and getting a raise, it's just a way to end the week. So we'll see what's going on with next week for me as far as me recording my sports podcast tomorrow. And of course, in honor of you know, what you call it, Women's History Month. Yeah, I have something to actually add to that in this episode. So stick around. So basically, that's your mouth. Basically, what I want y'all to do is this when it comes to mental health check-ins and stuff. I want you to reach out to your loved ones, like your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, whoever. See what's going on with them, and if there's anything that you missed or whatever case scenario may be, if you sense something with your third eye or whatever, you know, just do the best you can to try to be there for them. Now, there is no good time to reach out to somebody because you can't put a time frame on everything. And and the most and most importantly, you don't have to wait till every year of mental health awareness and mental health day to actually reach out to somebody. It's all about following your mind, your soul, your heart, and your instincts. You know what I'm saying? Because common sense is not fucking common, okay? So I'm just putting it out there. You know, make sure you make sure you be kind to one another. I know sometimes certain situations can be a little tough, but just do the best you can to be the best human being you could be. In the words of a friend of mine who is a radio personality. And I did keep that in mind actually when she told me this. So yeah, I'm doing the best I can to be the best human being I can be, even though it may be hard at times. So yeah. And that's it for that one right there. So we're gonna go into a thing that I like to call who's ready to start chatting all the jazz into some topics right here. Oops. Yeah. So, as I said before, in honor of Women's History Month, I each week I am going to actually um dedicated to each black woman every week throughout Women's History Month. But this one in particular, I gotta give it to Kerry Washington. All right. So, in happy Women's Women's History Month to all the women out there who's doing the best they can in their careers, um, you know, following their goals and dreams. So shout outs to all the women out there who are hairstylists, media personalities, podcasters, you just name it. You know what I mean? So here we go. So Kerry Washington, born January 31st, 1977, is an American actress, producer, and director. She gained wide public recognition for starring as crisis management expert Olivia Pope in the ABC drama series Scandal from 2012 to 2018. For her role, she was twice nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series and once for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Television Series Drama. Her portrayal of Anita Hill in the HBO television political thriller Confirmation, and her role as Mia Warren in the Hulu miniseries Little Fires Everywhere. Both earned nominations for Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a miniseries or a movie. Um, in the film, Washington is known for her roles as Della B. Robinson in Ray, as Kay in The Last King of Scotland, as Alicia Masters in the live action Fantastic Four films of 2005 and 2007, and Broomhilda von Schaff in Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. She has also starred in the independent film Our Song, The Dead Girl, Mother and Child, Night Catches Us, and American Son. Time magazine included Washington in its Time 100 list of most influential people in 2014. In 2018, Forbes named her the eighth highest paid television actress. Washington has won a Primetime Emmy Award and five NAA Image Award, NAACP Award Image Awards, including the President's Award. Washington was born in the Bronx, New York City, the daughter of Valerie, a professor and educational consultant, and Earl Washington, a real estate broker. Her father's family is of African American origin, having moved from South Carolina to Brooklyn. Her mother's family is from Manhattan, and Washington has said that her mother is from a mixed background. No, a mixed race background and from Jamaica. So she is partly English and Scottish and Native American, but also descended from enslaved Africans in the Caribbean. Through her mother, she is a cousin of former U.S. Secretary of Colin Powell, Secretary of State Colin Powell, to be exact. Washington performed with the Tada Youth Theater Teen Group and attended the Spence School in Manhattan from her preteen years until graduating from high school in 1994. At the age of 13, she was taken to watch Nelson Mandela speak at Yankee Stadium upon his release from prison. She attended George Washington University, graduating Phi Beta Kappa in 1998 with a double major in anthropology and sociology. She also studied at Michael Howard Studios in New York City. In April 2016, Washington confirmed that in the 1990s in New York, she learned to dance from Jennifer Lopez during her appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. She told host Jimmy Fallon, in quote, "I've been taking dance for a long time since I was a little girl. I had this very inspiring teacher named Larry Maldonado. For anybody from my neighborhood in the Bronx, he was our role model. And he had an option substitute teacher named Jennifer who would sometimes step in and teach. But then she left to move to Los Angeles and be on the TV show In Living Color. So yes, I learned to dance from J Lo. And from 1994 to 2009 Beginnings and Breakthroughs. Washington got her Screen Actors Guild card as a requirement for a commercial that she starred in. Washington made her screen debut in the ABC telefilm Magical Makeover. She was in the cast of the 1996 PBS sketch comedy style, educational series Standard Deviants. And she appeared in the short 3D and the feature film Our Song in 2000. She went on to appear in several movies, including Save the Last Dance and The Human Stain. In 2002, she played Chris Rock's love interest in the spy thriller Bad Company, a film that represented a turning point for her in that it was the first time in her career that she had made enough money annually to qualify for health insurance under SAG. In 2004, she played the female lead in Spike Lee's She Hate Me, and she received strong reviews for her performance. After 2004, she held parts in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Little Man, I Think I Love My Wife, and as a wife of the 1970 Ugandan director Idi Amin in the UK historical drama The Last King of Scotland. Washington has also appeared in the recurring role of Chelina Hall on the ABC television series Boston Legal, and in several episodes of the A&E cable TV series 100 Center Street. In 2007, she co-directed and appeared in the music video for hip-hop artist Common's song I Want You, the fourth single from his Final Forever, and became a spokesperson for L'Oreal, appearing in commercials and ads alongside fellow actresses Scarlett Johansson, Eva Longoria, Gong Li, Michelle Yeoh, um, Deanne. I'm not even gonna butcher these last names and stuff. Um, um, yeah, let me not butcher the names. So let me just. All right. Maya Curren and Mono Dozen Crows. Washington narrated the critically acclaimed documentary about the New Orleans-based teenage TBC brass band from the mouthpiece, the mouthpiece on back. She also appears in Maxwell's on Bad Habits video. In 2009, Washington performed in The People Speak, a documentary feature film that uses dramatic and musical performances of the letters, diaries, and speeches of everyday Americans based on historian Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States. Okay, so 2010 to 2018, scandal and critical acclaim. In 2010, Washington made her Broadway debut in the original production of David Mamet's play Race, alongside James Spader, David Allen Greer and Richard Thomas. She also appeared as a part of the ensemble in Tyler Perry's 2010 drama film for Colored Girls. She starred in Quentin Tarantino's film Django Unchained, which received widespread critical acclaim. She was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in June 2012, along with 175 other individuals from April 2012 to April 2018. Washington starred in the ABC drama series Scandal, created by Shonda Rhimes as Olivia Pope, a crisis manager who runs her own crisis management firm called Olivia Pope and Associates in Washington, D.C. In this position, she worked for high profile figures, most notably the President of the United States, who was also her on off lover. The show was a commercial and critical success and was called one of the most talked about drama series on Facebook and Twitter. Washington's performance earned positive reviews, and in 2013, she won the award for Outstanding Actress in the Drama Series at the 44th NAACP Image Awards and was also presented with the NAACP President's Award. The same year, she was named Favorite Actress and Scandal Favorite Drama of the Year at the TV Guides Magazine Fan Favorite Awards and was also crowned 2013's TV Star of the Year by the editors of the magazine. Mm, okay. Um, okay. All right. Where was I? Yes, for her work in the second season of Scandal, Washington was nominated for an Emmy at the 65th Primetime Emmy Awards and 66th Primetime Emmy Awards, becoming the first African American woman to be nominated in the category of Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 18 years. Hang on. Hmm. Um, She was also nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Drama Series, as well as a Golden Globe Award for the Best Actress in a television drama series. The Boston Globe ranked Scandal 10th place of its list of 10 political TV shows in 2015. Give me a second, folks, as I take a sip. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Let me see. All right, we can wing this. In addition to hang on a second. Yes, in addition to Washington's acting, her costumes as Olivia Pope attracted positive attention, prompting Vanity Fair to name the character one of the top 10 best dressed TV characters in 2013. Excuse me. According to the show's costume designer Lynn Paulo, the success of Olivia Pope's wardrobe was based on this idea of having her character wear excuse me, such soft, feminine colors in a man's world. In 2014, Washington and Palo won the Influencer Award at the 2014 Ace Fashion Awards for Olivia Pope's stylish clothes on the show. In 2013, Washington ranked number two in People magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People and was named Woman of the Year by Glamour magazine. The same year, she ranked number 20 on Forbes magazine's an annual list of the highest paid actors in television, and she was announced as the new face of Neutrogena, Neutrogena skincare. um, Washington hosted Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Washington hosted Saturday Night Live. Where is this? Where is it? Yeah, Washington hosted Saturday Night Live. Yes, Saturday Night Live. yeah, Saturday Night Live on November the 2nd, 2013, where she impersonated Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey in a cold opening sketch that satirized criticism of Saturday Night Live for not having had any black female cast members for many years. Washington played the lead role in Confirmation, an HBO movie directed by Rick um Fam Famuyima about Anita Hill's testimony during Clarence Thomas Supreme Court nomination, which aired in 2016. For her role in Confirmation, Washington was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Leading Actress in a Limited Series or Movie at the 68th Primetime Emmy Awards, as well as the Critics' Choice Award. Equivalent the same year, Confirmation was also nominated for the Emmy Award for Outstanding Television Movie at the Emmys. That same year, Washington launched Simpson Street, a production company which has an overall deal with ABC Studios. In 2017, Washington voiced a role in Cars 3. In 2018, Washington made her directorial debut on Scandal, directing the 10th episode of the seventh season, rather. She also appeared as Olivia Pope in 2 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder as part of a crossover with Scandal. Scandal concluded after 7 seasons in April 2018. That same year, Washington starred in the Broadway play American Son, written by Christopher Demos Brown. Following two parents arriving at the police station in the middle of the night looking for answers. 2019 to the present continued success and acclaim. In 2019, Washington directed the 7th episode of the 2nd season of Showtime's Smilf. What the fuck is a Smilf, man? Oh man. Hold on. What the hell is a Smilf? I guess. Oh, okay. Okay, what the hell is a Smilf? This is. Uh, I don't know what that shit stands for, but I'll probably do. I don't know. Anyway, um, anyway, we're gonna. She then starred in front. No, she starred in live in front of a studio audience on ABC, a recreation of the Jeffersons, portraying the role of Helen Willis. The same year, she reprised her role in the film adaptation of the Broadway play American Son, which she also executive produced for Netflix. The film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 12, 2019, and was released on November 1st, 2019. In 2020, Washington served as an executive producer on The Fight, a documentary film revolving around legal battles, lawyers for the ACLU faced during the Trump administration, which had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 30th, 2020. That same year, she served as an executive producer and starred alongside Reese Witherspoon in the Hulu miniseries Little Fires Everywhere, an adaptation of Celeste and G's 2017 novel of the same name. Washington directed the 9th episode of the season of the HBO comedy series Insecure, which already ended its run, unfortunately. Um, In September 2020, she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Variety Special Live as a producer of the television special Live in Front of a studio audience. In December 2020, Washington starred in The Prom, directed by Ryan Murphy for Netflix. Of course, for upcoming projects, she's attached to star and executive produce Shadow Force opposite Sterling K. Brown for Lionsgate. She's also attached to star and executive produce 24/7, directed by Eva Longoria for Universal Pictures. She is set to play Professor Clarissa Dovey in the film adaptation of Solomon Chainani's The School for Good and Evil. Ooh, that's interesting. Um, okay, okay, in 2007, Washington and other celebrities joined for the 2007 Lee National Denim Day, supporting the women's cancer programs of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. Um, in September 2012, Washington spoke at the Democratic National Convention in favor of re-electing Barack Obama, with her speech focusing on addressing voter apathy. Washington has also used her celebrity to support voter registration drives and recently encouraged her Twitter followers to make sure they have the appropriate ID needed to vote by contacting Vote Riders, a voter ID education organization. Washington is also a supporter of LGBT rights. In August 2013, she was named an honorary chairperson of the GLSEN Respect Awards, and she received the GLAD Vanguard Award on March 21st, 2015. In June 2016, the Human Rights Campaign released a video in tribute to the victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting. In the video, Washington and others told the stories of the people killed there. She is a member of the Creative Coalition, which is a board of actors, writers, musicians, and producers that explore issues that are at the forefront of national discourse. She's also a member of V Day, a global movement that brings awareness to violence against women and girls. In March 2016, Washington and fellow Shonda Land colleagues Ellen Pompeo, Viola Davis, and Shonda Rhimes appeared in a commercial endorsing Hillary Clinton for president. Washington emceed the third night of the 2020 Democratic National Convention. And that was your first dedication to Women's History Month right there. Stay tuned for another person that's going to be honored this month. All right. Now, yeah, I want to get to some transit news actually, which is also part of Channel on the Jazz, and of course part of the segment of the New York Mass Transit Files. So we're gonna go into that. Hang on a second. Uh, let's see. Okay, so we got two incidents here. We'll start with Brooklyn. So, um, what we have here, according to AM New York, police slapped the cuffs on a Brooklyn man Friday accused of injuring women in two recent subway stabbings. Denzel Hodge, age 26, of Miller Avenue
in New Lots was booked on 2 counts each of assault and menacing, along with additional counts of criminal possession of a weapon and harassment. Yeah. According to a post on the NYPD's official Twitter account, officers from the NYPD Transit Bureau apprehended Hodge at a subway station in Brooklyn on March 4th after recognizing his image from that posted on a wanted flyer. Law enforcement sources said Hodge allegedly attacked a 20-year-old woman at a um, Livonia Avenue 3 train station to be exact, at about 2:50 p.m. on February 19th. Authorities said the suspect punched the woman in the back as she stood on the Manhattan bound platform. That led to a verbal dispute during which Hodge allegedly pulled out a knife and stabbed the woman 3 times in the abdomen. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's scary, man. EMS rushed the victim to a local hospital where she was listed in stable condition. 2 weeks later, at 8:10 a.m. on March 1st, the perpetrator knifed a 77-year-old woman as she walked through the Crescent Street subway station on the J and Z line in Cypress Hills, which is in Brooklyn. Police said Hodge allegedly struck the woman in the back with an unknown sharp object, then fled the scene in an apparent random attack. No words were exchanged between the suspect and victim prior to the assault, authorities noted.
Yeah, that's really gotta suck though, man. That has to really suck though, man. And you wonder, and you wonder why, and you wonder why a lot of people are not comfortable taking the subway and stuff like that, man, because they don't feel safe, man. I don't know how many times I have to say this shit though, man. Like, even if you try to plan something, I mean, something's got to give. At least try to implement pol- implement cops in not just in train stations, but on trains as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, hopefully, things will turn around with Eric Adams as the mayor. You know what I mean? Hopefully, um, shit would turn around. So we'll see what happens though. Anyway, let's go to Long Island City, Queens. Um, yeah, let's go to Long Island City, Queens, right here. Um, okay, this is from an article according to the website QNS.com. Just hours before the NYPD revealed that crime increased in the city's subway system by more than 73% to February 21st. No, excuse me, February 2021, there was an additional incident of violence aboard a G train in Long Island City Thursday morning. Um, Police from the 108th Precinct and Transit District 20 are looking for a man and a woman who were on a G train inside the Court Square subway station when the woman snatched a cell phone from a strap hanger and punched her in the face, according to the NYPD. A 37-year-old man came to the assistance of the victim, and the second suspect pulled out a sharp object and slashed him, causing a laceration to the wrist, police said. The two suspects fled the train and
The injured rider was transported by EMS to Elmhurst Hospital Center in stable condition, police said. The NYPD released surveillance photos of the two suspects. The man was wearing a dark hooded bubble jacket with red gloves, a black face mask, and dark pants. The woman was wearing a dark hooded winter jacket. Of course, you guys know what to do. Anyone with information in regards to the identity of the suspects is asked to call the NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS, which is 8477, or for English, no, for Spanish, excuse me, um um 888 57 PISTA, which is 74782. The public can also submit their tips by logging onto the Crime Stoppers website at nypdcrimestoppers.com, or on Twitter, which is at NYPD Tips. All calls and messages are strictly confidential. Of course, man, man, I can't believe this shit though, man. This has been going on for quite some time, man. Um, and speaking of what's going on for quite some time, um, I'd like to turn my attention on some tips in regards to um writer's block. I know a lot of people out there who's probably in high school and college and other places, especially um for a magazine or a blog or whatever case scenario may be, and they're over there struggling with fucking writer's block. So we're going to actually go over some 25 ways to overcome writer's block, which is something I struggled with when I was in college. And yeah, I can attest to that too. So, here we go. Let's see. So, 25 ways to overcome writer's block. Communicating your story effectively is essential to the success of your organization. It's how you connect with donors on a level, human level, and motivate others to support your quest for change and social good. Though you may not have considered yourself a writer when you committed to your cause, effective writing is a skill needed in every role at a nonprofit organization. Whether you are creating a nurture email series, writing impact stories, sending memos to your team, um, or drafting your annual report, nonprofit professionals write nearly every day in some fashion. Okay. Um, some fashion. Hold on a sec. Um, and as a writer, you deal with writer's block. It happens to everyone and at various stages. Rest assured, there's no secret muse that sits on the shoulder of the greats. Writing is hard work that requires discipline and the right tools. Your writer's block is one of those tools. It serves as a helpful cue to every writer. Listen to it. I'm stuck. I don't know um, what to write next. Well, why not? Have you have you completed enough research? Has what you are writing about lost its interest? Are you hung up over making grammatical mistakes? Do you lack confidence in what you are writing about? Writer's block can communicate a larger problem to the writer that needs solving. Okay. Um There are three great strategies for combating writer's block. Of course, you have worked through the problem and forge ahead with the writing process. Take the opportunity to pause and recheck, assess, research, or rewrite. Move on to the next topic and leave yourself a note to circle back later. To help address this universal challenge, I've compiled a list um, inspired by a recent class I attended at San Diego Writers Inc. on the brainstorming process. Here are 25 ways to supercharge your writing process whenever you are feeling like the right words escape you. Number one, switch gears. Work on another task for a few minutes to give yourself fresh eyes when you come back. Switching to a physical task like washing the dishes or walking the dog can be a great way to give your brain a quick rest. Related or unrelated. Number two, um, to what you are writing about, reading is a great way to spark new thoughts. When you need to um when you need a leaping off point, a quote on your topic is a great way to jog your brain and get started, such as the quote I began with above. Number three, write the problem. Write about the problem, excuse me. Fiction writers often use this tool when writing a scene. Instructor Kim Keyline at San Diego Writers Inc. recommends writing about your writing in a note to yourself when you feel stuck. In order to be in order to better assess the problem and still continue writing when you are feeling stuck, write out in simple language what you are trying to say in that particular section and why you are feeling blocked. This will take the pressure off crafting the perfect sentence and help you get at the core of what you are trying to say. Number four, go for a walk. A recent Stanford study found that participants who went for walks saw an 81% increase in the divergent thinking, uh, the, the thought process that generates many ideas to creatively find a solution. Participants also saw a decrease in their convergent thinking, the process that is more commonly associated with using logic to answer a standard question, such as a walk might be great for a brainstorm when you are having a hard time getting started and less effective when you are trying to solve a specific problem in your writing. Number five, go for a run. Many studies have confirmed that aerobic activity releases endorphins and helps memory and cognition. According to Runner's World, running in nature is especially effective as a recent study found it to produce brain activity similar to the brain activity that occurs during medication. Excuse me, meditation. Um, all right. Number six, rid yourself of distractions. We're surround we're surrounded by distractions in our day-to-day lives. Writers Digest guest columnist Brian Moreland suggests turning off your phone and internet and taking the time to clean your workspace. He also recommends you let everyone around you know that you need some time to focus to help prevent interruptions. Number seven, free write. Elsa knows best. Sometimes you have to let it go. Don't worry about grammar, complete sentences, or spelling. A free write is a safe space and an opportunity to write a stream of consciousness about your topic to get the creative juices flowing. Consider writing for a set time, such as 3 to 5 minutes. Number 8, write a letter to your audience. Keyline at San Diego Writers Inc. suggests writing a letter when you are having a hard time getting started. Um, Address the letter to your reader and let them know what you'd like to say. You can use this tool to unearth the driving force behind your message. Number 9, expand expand on the idea produced in your letter. After your letter or a free write, Keyline suggests identifying one line that strikes gold. Dedicate a chunk of time to expand upon that idea to dig a little deeper. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. Number 10, listen to music. Studies have shown that music has the power to improve your mood and productivity. Discover what type of music helps you work best and turn on your favorite playlist when you face a block. If music is too distracting, help Scott writer Gregory um, Ciotti recommends using an ambient noise tool like Rainy Mood to improve your focus. I, Number 11, identify what the subject wants. Keyline recommends putting yourself in the shoes of your subject. What do what do they want? What are they trying to avoid? You can then use the answers to these questions as driving forces in your writing. Um, Number 12, use the cube method. Further recommended by Keyline is the writer's cube. When you find yourself stuck, use the cube to write about one subject, one topic in 6 different ways. Time yourself for each side. Side 1, describe what is the main idea you are writing about. Side 2, compare and contrast. What does your subject have in common with other subjects? What differences can you identify? Side 3, associate. What does this subject make you think of? Use your senses. Side 4, analyze it. What is your subject made up of? How does it work and operate? What does it look like? Side 5, apply it. How is what you are writing about used? How does it help or hurt others? Side 6, argue for, against it, defend why this subject is worth writing about. Now flip it and write about why it isn't worth writing about. Number 13, find your prime time. Many famous writers often speak to a routine they have developed and identify a certain time of day that works best for them. Do you work best in the morning, like Hemingway? Pro Blogger, s- Pro Blogger recommends scheduling your most creative and important work during your golden hours when possible. Huh, that's not a bad idea. Number four, no, excuse me, number 14, read aloud. Reading your work out loud is a great editing tool, rather, but it can also be beneficial when you are stuck. If reading out loud to yourself isn't helping you identify on where to go next, ask a friend to lend an ear. Read an excerpt to them and ask, what are your expectations as a reader for what's next? Or what questions do you have at this point? Number 15, write your struggle into the content. When buffer blogger Belle Beth Cooper has a hard time getting started, she addresses it in her writing. For example, in a recent post she wrote about Google Analytics, she confessed how little little she knew about the subject. Before conducting research, she went on to express how she knew it was a tool that she couldn't afford to ignore. Sometimes honesty is the best policy for grounding your writing and resonating with readers. Number 16, switch up your writing method. Boost blog traffic recommends changing your writing tool when you are stuck. If you normally write in Microsoft Word, try a whiteboard or good old fashioned pen and paper and see if a new format helps you move forward. Read more about this here. Get on Pinterest. I barely use Pinterest, so I'm not sure how to get around that. So, um, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, maybe it will let you borrow a few. Look at a look at visuals that surround your topic. What emotions do they evoke? Um, per using images can be a great way to spark your creativity and reinvigorate a sense of purpose behind your writing. Number 18, change your location. A change of scenery can be a nice way to tackle writer's block. Go to a coffee shop, library, park, or try working at home for a change. Number 19, set the timer. Write in sprints to boost your productivity in short stints. Many of these tips can be used while setting a time limit for yourself. This limit will give you a sense of urgency as you work through or past your block. When time's up with that tool, reassess your writer, excuse me, reassess your block and see if you've made any progress. Using time stints in combination with the next tip below can be especially effective. Um, Number 20, reward yourself. Motivate yourself to reach a certain mile marker with a reward. Tell yourself that after X amount of words, you can take a short breather, have a piece of chocolate, read a chapter of something for pleasure, or browse the internet, which is sometimes what I do. For when I have to research topics for each episode, that's basically what I do is surf the net. So number 21, talk to your coworkers and community at large for inspiration on the topic you are stuck on. Conduct research and ask your network questions using forums or social media platforms in this day and age. It's never been easier to find the answer to your question. Number 22, skip the middle. You don't always have to work from the top down. Write the core of your piece first and then strategize from there. The best way to introduce your topic. Read more about this here. Okay. Number 23. look to the news. I don't really watch the news like that though, but um can what's going on in the world around us tie into what you are writing about. Comb recent headlines for inspiration and consider how they relate or apply to your story. Number 24, try mind mapping. This method is this method uses a visual approach to literally map your writing out on a sheet of paper, marker board, or in software. Keyline suggests placing your main topic in a bubble at the center of your map. Next, connect subtopics to the main topic with lines. In some maps, the larger the bubble, the more important the topic, and the closer the subtopic bubble to the main topic bubble, the more related it is. Finally, give yourself an energy boost. Caffeinated, something to eat, take a nap. You need energy to write like you need energy for anything else. Take care of yourself. And that's self care right there. And I actually agree with this. Okay. It's easy to get discouraged as challenges arise in your writing. In these moments, it's important to take a step back and rediscover that initial spark that inspired you to begin. Writing ultimately is more about rewriting than anything else. When you can rid yourself of the need to write every sentence flawlessly, it's easier to use these tools to move forward in creative ways, knowing you can always come back and craft them into perfect sentence later. Okay, that was your 25 cents. No, excuse me. That was your 25 ways of conquering writer's block. Of course, I'm pretty sure if anybody's listening to this podcast right here, I'm pretty sure you probably can relate to the writer's block situation. So yeah. All right. So moving on to the Boondocks. Not getting a reboot. Yes. So the Boondocks is one of TV's most beloved series that ended too soon. In 2019, fans were excited to hear that the show was coming back after being announced that Sony Pictures Animation would be bringing the show back. Recently, however, Cedric Yarbrough said that the reboot is not happening. In an interview with the Geekish podcast, Cedric tells fans Sony decided to pull the latest reboot. I hate to say this, but the show is right now not coming back, Yarbrough said. I don't know if this is breaking news, but we've been wanting to do the show. And Sony, they decide they are going to put a plug. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll be able to revisit. If we don't, then that's what that is. But I wish the show was coming back. The reboot, which was supposed to be was to be released this year, was supposed to be a reimagining of the original and would see the return of the show creator Aaron McGruder. McGruder spoke on yeah Magruder spoke on the show's return a few years ago when it was first announced. Um, there's a unique opportunity to revisit the world of the Boondocks and do it over for over again for today, said Aaron Magruder. It's crazy how different the times we live in are now, both politically and culturally. More than a decade past the original series, the 2 decades past the original newspaper comic. There's a lot to say, and it should be fun. Hmm. Yeah, that's gotta suck, man. That really has to fucking suck, though, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, look. Um, let me say this about let me say this. Look, um, even though, even though that the late John Witherspoon is not with us anymore, I'm pretty sure like you got to figure out where the story's going to be. And I think a lot of people may not understand what the purpose of a reboot is. It's just to reimagine um it's just to reimagine the story just like the original. Listen, it's never going to be the same as the original. It's never going to be the same as the original because if it was the same as the original, then it wouldn't really be able to grow. So that's just my take on the whole reboot thing. And I spoke about the whole reboot of the Coming to America shit. It's never going to be like it's never going to be like the first film. It's never supposed to be like the first film because the story is different. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime you have an idea or whatever of a particular sequel or whatever, and it becomes a reboot of the reimagining and all the other stuff, it's never going to be like the first one because if it was, then it would not be able to. Because look, there are generations that's never heard of these shows before, and the reason why I didn't review the whole Lion King reboot and all that other stuff because it was like mad different, man. It was mad different from the fucking cartoon. And I'm like, man, I'm not reviewing that shit though, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, so that's my take on the whole reboot thing, man. You know what I mean? I mean, look, I even did a review in regards to the Matrix Resurrections, and I don't know if you listen to episode 48 of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show. Me and a cousin of mine, we actually spoke about the whole situation with Lawrence Fishburne not being in the fourth one. There's a young guy who is playing Morpheus, and I'm like, and that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting because I was like, it's you know, and even though it didn't, even though the rated R movie wasn't number one in the box office compared to Spider-Man No Way Home, I mean, you know, I don't know if it's gonna be a fifth one, so I can't really tell you on that one. So this is a wait and see, folks. Um, anyway, let's go on to the next subject we got here. Now, all right, so we're gonna go into currency. All right, so we got currency. For those of you who may not know who he is, you can look up his music discography on Spotify and other music platforms. So here we go. Um, okay, hold on a minute here. Okay, so the ever prolific Currency has teamed up again with super producer The Alchemist for their new joint collaboration album in the 13 track continuance release, which dropped yesterday via Jet Life Recordings slash ALC. After being pushed back a few months from its originally slated expected 2021 release, this new drop also features Havoc of Mobb Deep, Wiz Khalifa, Boldy Jones. Oh shit. Oh, Baldy Jones. Oh gosh. Anyway, Baldy Jones. Oh shit. Baldy Jones, Styles P, Babyface Ray. Not the singer Babyface, folks. Is a different one. Larry June, amongst others. The release of Continuous was preceded, no, actually press preceded, yes, by two singles, The Tonight Show and Half Moon Half Moon Mornings, both released earlier this month. Continuance is their fifth collaborative project together, with their first one stretching back now over a decade to 2011's 10 track Convert Coupe that also featured the late great prodigy of Mobb Deep, Rest in Paradise, a then young and emerging Smoke Dizza, and Indiana's Freddie Gibbs. I'm pretty sure I actually discussed this in 111 episode of Ground Beef. Um and before he gained significant attention, Currency and Al have since gone on to release the Carrollton Heist, featuring Styles P of the Locks, Action Bronson, and Lil Wayne in 2016. Um, plus the remix version and the now classic triple threat also with Freddie Gibbs in 2018. Freddie amongst many other features. The combination of Spitter and Allen, the chemist, seems like it could never disappoint, and the continued quality output is a testament to their deep talent and consistency. Overnight, they have released their latest film clip to support the drop of the album in the short but sharp obsession. You can watch it on YouTube. Uh, the YouTube channel is Jet Life. Go ahead and subscribe over there so you can check that out. So boom, there you go. Um all right, um moving on to 50 Cent. Let's see. So this is according to Complex. 50 Cent is fed up with stars, and now it looks like the mind behind the network's popular Power franchise might be ready to make his exit. The true theatrical fifth fashion, the rapper took to Instagram to share a series of stock photos and images of luggage as he threatened to leave the network. Um, and he said, "This is me packing my stuff. Stars sucks. My deal is up over here. I'm out." The rapper and power architect wrote in the caption for his first post. They renewed High Town and Force is the highest rated show. They have it sitting in limbo. If I told you how much dumb shit I deal with over here, you would think they all went to school on a small yellow bus. Not a yellow bus, man. And he also said in continuation, 50 continued to post more photos and called for Anil Curren, head of development for G Unit Film and Television, to get ready and start packing bags. Well, let's see. Anil, get your fucking bags in the car now. We are out. We are out of here. Take that fucking sign off the door. No more G Unit Film and Television over here. He wrote. 50 later made more posts calling on other members of his G Unit Film and Television staff, including Josh Bramer, to get ready to leave Stars. Um, 50 signed a 4-year overall deal with Stars in 2018 that was estimated to be worth as much as $150 million. Now that he is entering the final year of his contract and having issues with the network in the past, there's no telling what the G Unit rapper's next move could be. Yeah, wow. You know, I feel for him, man. I feel for him, man. If you if you know that you're getting played by a corporation like the cable network stars and shit like that, what is over money, whatever it is though, man. I mean, do something that makes you fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Do something that makes you fucking happy. You know, um, and this is his final year. This is his final year. I mean, whatever platform he is going to actually do these TV shows and stuff, you're gonna have to you do what's best for you in the power franchise, the power fucking franchise, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that's pretty interesting right there though, man. Yeah, but listen, man, he might go somewhere else, man. We may not know. So, if I hear any new updates in regards to 50 Cent situation in terms of stars or whatever, then I'll be glad to actually bring it back here on the New York podcast right here. So, um, so yeah. Now going on to yeah, going on to Herb Gotti. Um, yeah, this was brought to my attention actually when I saw this actually, and this is according to Vibe, the website. A documentary series exploring hip hop and R&B record label Murder Inc. is in production at BET. To be explored in 5 parts, the television event will narrate the untold tale of the rise, son, and fall, and redemption of Murder Inc. Records, and the mastermind behind the New York City record label, Irv Gotti Lorenzo, according to a press release. The project is executive produced by Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, Darcel Lawrence and Chris Costin for visionary ideas, and Tiffany Leah Williams for BET. Michael J. Payton is set to serve as director of the unscripted series, set to debut this summer. Each episode will give audiences the opportunity to watch through the label's beginnings to the current day operations, featuring never before seen archival footage, a rich catalog of music chart toppers, and the power players that helped shape a musical era that would impact generations to come. Music is in our DNA. We think our long-standing partner Irv Gotti and the many talented artists at the iconic label for trusting our brand to tell their personal and inspiring stories. Express Williams, who is also the executive vice president of BET Unscripted Programming, in a statement. We look forward to bringing viewers to compelling music documentary series that reveals how this label consequently changed the music industry forever. Um, End quote. My Life and Murder Inc. has never, um, excuse me, no, yeah, My Life and Murder Inc. has been filled with many highs and lows. I got to work with my brothers and a lot of great people from Jay Z, late great DMX, Fat Joe, Mary J. Blige, to name a few. Added Irv Gotti. Also, I got to start my record label, Murder Inc. Records, with Ja Rule by my side. My life was filled with great lows, but I'm not ashamed of those lows. It all helped me. It all helped make me the person I am today. So, with this documentary series, I plan to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Pain is love, continued Ja Rule. We endured the pain so others could feel the love. Murder Inc. was launched by Irv Gotti in 1999 after his success as a music executive at Def Jam. Um, Murder Inc. Records played a vital role in launching the careers of some of the most influential voices in hip hop, soul, and R&B, including Ja Rule, Ashanti, Lloyd, Charlie Baltimore, Vita, Black Child, Cadillac Ty, and others. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm curious to see about the whole, the whole docu series and stuff, man. And I'm wondering if they're going to actually, I don't know, I don't know I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're going to include the issue with 50 Cent. I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're gonna include that shit. But I don't know, man. But this is interesting, though, man. Um, if I hear any more, I don't know what date in the summertime is going to be, but if I'm able to actually check it out and stuff and be able to get a better understanding about this, then yeah, I'll be able to I'll do a review on my other show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show in the future episodes. So we'll see. Um and Okay, so now before I even go to the last two of the night, which includes Moonknight and Sonic the Hedgehog leaving Sega. So, um let's talk Doja Cat. Um okay. This is in the source website. Um okay. So check this out. Eek Games have partnered up with award-winning musician Doja Cat to bring you a crazy new variation of House Party, the single player video game. What? Oh shit. Wait. Hold up. A crazy new variation of House Party? Hmm. Hope you ain't talking about the movie, the fucking reboot that's gonna happen already. I hope that's not what this is going for, man. Yo. Oh shit. Um Oh my goodness. Yeah, this should be interesting though. Anyway, anyway, hold on a minute here. A variation of House Party single player video game. Okay, Doja Cat's side narrative is full of fascinating adventure, comedy, and mystery, and it's spoken by Doja herself. The full release of House Party is set for Q2. I think it's the second quarter of 2022. While the Doja Cat DLC created in collaboration with Bravado and Epic will follow in summer 2022. House Party is a 3D baldy comedic adventure video game developed and published by Eek Games. Yeah, Eek Games is now which is now available on on Steam, Steam and PC, and will be released on consoles soon. Oh, okay. Assisting Doja in carrying out a cunning plot to track down a mass dancing superstar who is sweeping the internet world by storm. Players will navigate through an unexpected night filled with outlandish partygoers. Add the Doja DLC to your stream. No, excuse me, your Steam wish list here if you are playing House Party. I'm so excited that I'm going to be a video game character, says Doja Cat. House Party is about to get even better. You gotta check this game out. Eek Games is ecstatic to introduce Doja Cat House Party to all of her admirers. The character can be interacted with within a variety of ways. Get her to the party as soon as possible. Make friends with her. Perhaps you'll flirt and fall in love. Doja Cat is dressed in three different outfits: a casual black dress, a music video performance suit, and a steaming hot tub bikini. Doja will respond to the mayhem that happens during the party, show off special dances and performances, and enlist the help of the player to produce her next music video for better or worse. End quote. We are beyond ecstatic to be working with Doja Cat and her team on this collaboration, says Bobby Ricky, uh, founder and CEO of Eck Games. No, Eat Games. Doja Cat was the perfect pick to star in our first major expansion pack, and the more we work with her, the more apparent that becomes. We are excited to be able to bring this unique experience to the gaming world with our key partners, Bravado and Epic, who helped in aligning us with Doja Cat. Um, yeah, yeah. This is wow. This is fucking incredible, man. This is incredible, man. Congratulations to Doja Cat, man. I'm not sure when the release date's gonna be, but if I actually find out any more information about that in the continuing of this year, maybe the upcoming months, we'll see what's going on there. So congrats to Doja Cat and her success. Now I did get a chance to look at the trailer for Moonknight. Um so and this came on during Super Bowl 56. And I had no idea that there was gonna be a commercial for this shit though, man. Um, so this is from Deadline. All right, so listen, Marvel debuted the latest trailer for its upcoming Disney Plus series, Moonknight, during the Super Bowl today. The series follows Stephen Grant, the actor playing um Oscar Isaac, a mild mannered gift shop employee, as he is plagued with blackouts and memories of another life. Stephen discovers he has dissociative identity disorder and shares a body with mercenary Mark Spector. As Stephen, aka Mark's enemies, converge upon them, they must navigate their complex identities while thrust into a deadly mystery involving the powerful gods of Egypt. Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige this week acknowledged that the series has a harder edge. He's brutal. Feige told the online movie magazine Empire, "It's been fun to work with Disney Plus and see the boundaries shifting on what we're able to do. There are moments in the series when Moon Knight is wailing on another character, and it is loud and brutal, and the knee jerk reaction, we're gonna pull back on this, right? No, we're not pulling back. There's a tonal shift. This is a different thing. Um, this is Moon Knight. Moon Knight stars Isaac, Ethan Hawke, and May Calamari. Calamare. It sounds like the squid. Oh shit. Um Mohammed Mohammed Diab and the team of Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead directed the episodes. Jeremy Slater is the head writer and Foggy um Louis S um Louis D Esposito Esposito, Victoria Alonso, Brad Winderbaum, Mohammed Diab, Jeremy Slater, and Oscar Isaac are the executive producers. Curtis Grant, Trevor Waterson, and Rebecca Kirsch serve as co-executive producers. Of course, Moon Knight streams on Disney Plus from March 30th. So you can check that out on Disney Plus as it hits March 30th of this month. Finally, for all the gamers out there who is a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, um, it looks like Sonic the Hedgehog is no longer going to be with Sega. You might be wondering, I'll tell you why in this article. So listen to this. This is for the gamers out there, man. So Japan's Sega Sammy Holdings Incorporated is hoping to ride the fast-moving coattails of Sonic the Hedgehog as the character enjoys a renaissance amid a global scramble for entertainment content. This year sees the release of a sequel to a record breaking Hollywood movie and a network series, along with a title that Sega hopes will revive the fortunes of the long running Sonic game franchise after decades of malaise. Sonic is the face of Sega. If Sonic is doing well, then Sega is doing well to an extent too. Shuji Atsumi, co-chief operation officer of Sega, told Reuters in the interview. The Blue Blur became a household name in the West in a series of side-scrolling games in the 1990s on the Sega Mega Drive console, also known as the Sega Genesis in North America, which outsold Nintendo's Super NES in many countries. Damn. Sonic was cool with humor and an attitude that resonated in the West, said said Utsumi, who worked at Sony when it launched the first PlayStation. Unlike Nintendo's Mario, who starred in decades of acclaimed titles, Sonic struggled to make the transition to 3D games as Sega withdrew from the console business to become a game publisher. Now, after years of trial and error during which Sega merged with Pachinko gambling machine maker Sammy, Sonic revived his career as a movie star as studios rated corporate lauders for underused characters with mass appeal. Sonic related sales, including from the movie, have quadrupled in the 5 years to the financial year that ended 20 that ended March 2021. The game series has a committed and long-suffering fan base in the West, in contrast with other Sega franchises such as Yakuza and Persona, which have a large audience in Japan. It's definitely a nostalgic love for him, said Jacob Mills, age 31, a British game level designer, referring to the Hedgehog. Mills plays new Sonic releases and describes his enthusiasm as a shared experience of mutual disappointment. Initial prospects for the first Sonic movie from Paramount, which featured Jim Carrey, seemed in doubt when a trailer showing the character with prominent white teeth was derided on social media. The studio tweaked the design, and the movie eventually raked in more than $300 million. Yes, it did. Yes, yeah, $300 million worldwide, becoming one of the best grossing video game adaptations after its release in 2020 during the early days of the COVID-19 slamdemic. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will be released in April. The franchise's importance to Paramount was underscored in an investor presentation earlier this month, outlining the future of the company and announcing a second Sonic sequel, along with a hybrid animated live action series about the Knuckles character for its streaming service. A separate animated series is due to launch on Netflix this year. It's another big franchise for us and Sega. The Paramount Pictures chief Brian Robbins told Reuters, the Sonic investment is part of a broader commitment to franchises spanning movies and series. Paramount chief executive Bob Bakish said during the presentation, shares fell on skepticism over whether the content could compete in an increasingly crowded streaming market. Open world. Sega has embraced the Sonic community in 2017, releasing Sonic Mania, a widely praised retro platformer that began life as a fan made game before being backed by firm. An artist from the game later worked for Paramount on the Sonic movie, and Sega interacts humorously with fans on via the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account, which has 5.8 billion followers. Expectations are growing for Sonic Frontiers, an open world um, platformer due for release this year. Um, The format is novel for the franchise, whose other games um, have been bought or downloaded 1.38 billion times. Sega has not shown any gameplay for the title, which was delayed for a year, and wary fans point to the Sonic cycle, in which excitement and talk of a comeback in the build-up to a new release is dashed by disappointment on playing the game. The earnings impact of Sonic related output is going to be tangible in the financial year starting in April, um, Atsumi said, without providing further details. This month, the company upgraded its full year operating profit forecast by a third to 31 billion yen, which is $268 million. The gaming unit has been boosted by sales of titles such as role playing games Shin Megami Tensei V for the Nintendo Switch. Utsumi, who returned to Sega 2 years ago after founding his own gaming company and working at Disney and Warner Music, says the company is a treasure island of content that could be further commercialized. Other Japanese characters joining the rush include a forthcoming Super Mario movie from Millions Studio Illumination and Netflix's live action remake of cult 1990s anime Cowboy Bebop released last year. Sega has a close relationship with Xbox maker Microsoft, and in November said it was exploring an alliance to develop titles using the Redmond, Washington based firm's cloud technology. Um, Longer term, Sega aims to create a super game with global appeal that perhaps will be part of the metaverse, a buzzy term for a network of persistent simulated outline environments. Sega, who shares um, have rise by 16% year to date, has long experience across arcade and console gaming in different genres, Atsumi said. There's no better suited to do this than us, he said. Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, wait a minute here. Yeah, this is interesting though, man. Yeah, this is interesting. Um, you know, I think this is a good thing. I think this is a good thing though, man. You know what I'm saying? This is actually a good thing. Um, maybe it needs a little change of scenery. It yeah, but we'll see what happens though, man. I'm going to actually ask this question. I'm going to do a question in regards to Sonic the Hedgehog leaving Sega. For you guys that's listening and watching out there, I'm going to actually do a question in regards to that. I'm going to post a question on the podcast page, and of course on Anchor and Spotify for you guys that's listening on Spotify, so you guys can answer, and you guys can also leave a voicemail message on the topic. So, and then when I hear your voice message on your opinions, your thoughts and talks about it, I will actually read that on the air. So don't you worry about that one right there. Um so yeah, I think that's gonna do it for episode 123. And I am going to actually, like I said, I am going to leave a question in regards to Sonic the Hedgehog leaving Sega. Is it a good thing to like maybe have a little change of scenery as far as like looking for more things, more adventures? Um yeah. So yeah, that's gonna do it, man. You like what you heard in today's episode?
Feel free to show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing the best you can, and whatever amount of money you um are comfortable with will be appreciated. So, so boom, there you go, right there. Um, before I even um before I even get to the other thing, I'm gonna get to I want to get to this thing that I like to call. Hang on a second. Yeah, we're gonna go into a little thing that I like to call podcast free game mechanisms. Yes, and you guys know what this is, man. This is where I actually chime in on where you can actually you know you know basically um learn how to start a podcast. And I'm here to help and guide you about this. So here we go. Um if you guys are interested in making a podcast and you would like to create one like I'm doing right now with 3 shows underneath of my belt, don't worry, I got you. The first thing you need is headphones. The second thing you need is a microphone. Now, it doesn't have to be anything too expensive. It could be a Yeti microphone. It could be an Alvoxcon A800 microphone that I'm using right now, which is where I bought that from Target. You can find microphones in Target, um, Best Buy. You have Amazon, and then you have Walmart to check out. So that's 4 places I'm gonna give you. And of course, you need a laptop or a computer so you could do your live streams, and you need a supporting software, which includes StreamYard, which I'm going to talk about that. Now, StreamYard is a software that I use to connect my YouTube channels, which is G Money Stacks 555, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, Sports Edition Show, and Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show, which is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And and it has creation tools for you to actually make segments, talking points, especially seeing the talking points of the scrolling banner that you see going across the YouTube screen with the YouTube handles of where you can follow the show, myself, of course, with websites. You if you were like a black owned trendsetter with a business and stuff like that, um, I am going to actually give you a shout out on the segment of black owned trendsetter shout outs. So um yeah. Um if you have um a unique name that resonates with you and represents you, um make sure that it basically um is a name that nobody has ever heard before. You understand what I'm saying? Um Also with StreamYard, it allows you to invite 6 people. You can send invites to 6 people, and if I see you come in the StreamYard studio, um this will allow me to add you to the live stream, which I did with the first 2 women on a on the most recent episode of 109. I'm going to do it again. Hopefully by next week. So you have to stick around for that one right there. Um, also, um, you want to have an email address or a, a podcast show email address to actually set up an account. All you need to do is type in your email address or the podcast email address. Once you type that in, you're gonna press get login code. Um, Once you do that, um, you're gonna get an email with 6 numbers. Once you type in those 6 numbers, once you type in those 6 numbers, you should be good to go in order for you to set up your live streams on any days of the week that you're trying to do your YouTube live streams, whether you have Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, like I'm doing right now. And of course, there's LinkedIn, which I don't really use, by the way. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what this is though for and don't worry about certain people not liking not liking the name of your show, whether it makes sense to them or not. Don't worry about that, man. It's all about what makes you happy, and as long as you have your goals and dreams, that's what really matters to you, not the media companies, not the people in studios and engineers and stuff like that. Um, you know what I'm saying? And I talked about this all the time, and the reason why I chose to stay independent because with all the scrutiny that's going on with, how podcasters are getting screwed over by you know, you know, um, media companies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So there you go, right there. Now we're gonna go to our last segment right here tonight. Our last segment of the night has to do with streaming platforms on the it has to do with streaming platforms on the go right here. And this is where you actually you know do your part onto following the show on every streaming platforms whatsoever. But first, you can follow me on 17 Live, which is G Money Stacks 555. No, excuse me, G Money Stacks Queens, New York at 17 Live. Also, you can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram, which is Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Podcast. Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other 2 shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, and my review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast on there too. And alongside with my handle, which is G Money Stacks 555. Be sure to tune into that one right there. Um, so yeah. Make sure you turn on your notifications for Instagram for when I'm going on Instagram live on any of these podcast pages. All right. That way you could chime in on the topics, chime in on whatever is on your mind that you want to talk about as far as anything. And feel free to say hi to me while I'm on the air on Instagram live and of course, you know, YouTube as well. So yeah. Now I am going to fill you in on the apps and the links where you can actually get to um where you get to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the apps and download the apps that I'm going to go over with you right now. First first thing you need to download to your iPhones, your Android phones, iPads, and Android tablets is Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama,
Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM. Of course, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And also, last but not least, the YouTube. What you waiting for? Go grab the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Make sure you press the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, leave a like and a comment with the topics and the episodes of what you thought about the topics. Share your thoughts and talks in the comments below. Like I said, I am going to post a question in regards to Sonic the Hedgehog after I get off the air. And of course, I'm going to post it on Instagram too. So don't you worry about that one right there. Of course, make sure you download your favorite episodes, share the episodes, share the videos from YouTube, tell a friend to another friend, and of course, make sure you share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree slash G Money Stacks 555 alongside with the audio streaming platforms. And if you guys have any questions on anything, whether it's the topics that you heard today or any previous episodes whatsoever, of course, you are more than welcome to actually leave a voice message in the in the link tree. Okay. When you tap in on Linktree slash G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see the name of the show on there, and it's gonna actually have the name of the show with voice message. You click on that, and it's gonna take you to the anchor page of all the episodes that's been posted. It's gonna have and it's gonna have buttons that says Spotify, other platforms, and it's gonna have the word message on there. You tap on there, and if you download the Anchor app, it gives you an opportunity for you to actually record your message on there, on your thoughts and talks, or what you thought about the topics. If you have any questions, whatever it is, I'm all yours. So feel free to leave a voicemail on the Anchor page where it says message. Make sure you record your thoughts, and yeah. So I think that's about it. I am going to actually call this a night. I'm going to actually make sure I don't miss out on Video Music Box. Thank you very much to everybody that's been listening and tuning in and rocking with me. I will be back next time in the next episode. And of course, be careful out there. Make sure you have your face covers, of course, and especially if you go on a bus or a train, van, whatever. You know what I mean? Make sure you be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. And of course, and of course, wash your hands, soap and water, bottled water. Make sure you have Gatorade for electrolytes so you can have your energy and strength. Of course, there's this hot warm cup of tea you can warm up with honey, ginger. There's lemon or lime, and of course chocolate milk.
And if you have any marshmallows, you can add that to that as well. So that is the installation of inspiration, folks. So, um, yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you to everybody, especially those who listen in on in Canada, all over the world, especially Long Island, aka Strong Island, the five boroughs of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. Um, I really appreciate you for taking the time to listen. Um, so thank you very much. I'm gonna be out of here, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Um, Peace and one love, and have yourselves a good night.